Member for Swansea.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I am proud that I am once again able to rise in this place on behalf of the Swansea electorate and on behalf of more than 11,000 people in East Lake Macquarie who signed the community-led petition to say, do not close the Belmont Motor Registry. I say once again because Greg Piper, the member for Lake Macquarie, very kindly allowed me to speak to his petition, which too gathered over 11,000 signatures of residents on the western side of Lake Macquarie, who are also against the closure of their motor registry in Toronto. Greg and I are in lockstep on this issue, and just this morning we both spoke on the needs for Service New South Wales facilities to cover both the east and west of Lake Macquarie. I would like to thank the member for Lake Macquarie for allowing me to speak on his motion. Like Greg, I was overwhelmed by the efforts of the electorate who assisted in the gathering of these 11,000 signatures. It was an enormous community effort and I received unprecedented support gathering every single one of those signatures. I would like to again take this opportunity to acknowledge the efforts of the Belmont and District Residents Action Group, who helped activate community members so that our message would be loud and clear to the Minister and to the Government. And let me tell you, Speaker, it wasn't a hard sell. I talked to hundreds, if not thousands, of local people who were angry but also very confused about the decision to close such a bustling, well-utilised service in an area experiencing population growth. People too were concerned about the elderly and the disadvantaged and how they would be able to access services. We know that those on restricted licences are often not allowed to drive further than a distance of 10 kilometres. It's 17.4 kilometres from Swansea to Warners Bay Service New South Wales Centre. This means that those on restricted licences cannot legally drive to Warners Bay to have their licences renewed at the centre. Unfortunately, there is no direct public transport service between Swansea and Warners Bay. This means that older drivers must catch 2 buses, the quickest round trip taking 2 hours and 4 minutes, at an hour, hour and a half between trips, to walk from the bus stop, transact business and get back to catch the next bus in time. So we're talking a minimum of 3 hours to complete a transaction at the Warners Bay Service New South Wales Centre. This is a terrible outcome for those older residents of Swansea. Speaker, the Minister will be aware I continue to this day to have conversations with my constituents about the closure of the Belmont Motor Registry. Accessibility, parking, a lack of facilities and amenities, blowouts in waiting times as a result of people being funnelled to Warners Bay from both sides of Lake Macquarie are all issues that people have raised with me often since the closure of the Belmont Motor Registry. Madam Speaker, the petition that I lodged in the Parliament on behalf of my constituents asked the Government to reverse its decision to close the Belmont Motor Registry. It is now clear from the actions of Minister Perrottet that the Government has given no consideration to this request. Unfortunately, Belmont Motor Registry is now closed, and it looks highly unlikely that the Government will listen to the 11,000 people who signed the petition to reopen its doors. And I ask, for what purpose? The Government introduced this new service model based on the premise of efficiency and savings. Yesterday's Auditor General report has revealed that the Government's figures are rubbery at best. Services have been reduced, jobs have been axed, and this is all as a result of a conservative ideological approach. The report explicitly says, and I say, we found that this business case underestimated cost, overestimated benefits, and the time frame was too short to implement all of the planned changes. This is a government that cannot be trusted. To ensure that the Swansea community gets the service delivery they deserve, we now need to look forward. That is why today, Speaker, I call on the Minister for Finance, Property and Skills to commit to establishing a full-service New South Wales centre in Belmont, in the Swansea electorate. The people of my community deserve to be able to transact face-to-face business with the New South Wales Government in a location that they can actually get to. But as an interim measure, I would welcome a Service New South Wales kiosk. So again, people in my electorate can conduct their business with a hand there to help them if need be. Minister, I look to working with you to make this happen. And can I again, like I did on the 8th of September last year, invite the Minister to the Swansea electorate to see firsthand the chaos that this decision has created. I commend the 11,000 signatures to the House.
Has expired. Without considering